Have you ever found yourself stuck in endless arguments with someone over petty topics such as politics, feminism, religion, or history? What is the point of those conversations? Nothing. Because both persons simply try to prove themselves right without even actively listen to the other's point of view. Such conversations drain our energy and waste our time. And interestingly, at the end of the conversation, both persons do not change their opinions or learn anything new from the other's perspective at all. So I suggest you to adopt the Socratic method of conversation the next time you sit for a debate with someone. This method has been named after the Greek philosopher Socrates. And Plato, who was a student of Socrates, practiced it to gain new knowledge through constructive, logical, and patient discussions. You can find the actual nature of Socratic method of conversation in Plato's books such as Meno. In all of them, Plato used Socrates as a character to convey his own philosophical ideas and interpretations. Here is how you can adopt this method. Number 1, set aside your ego. We cannot engage in constructive discussions without first admitting that we do not know everything and we are still learning. Start your conversation by saying to yourself, all I know is that I know nothing. Without this first step, you cannot proceed. To explain my point better, let me share a video by Carl Sagan, a legendary astronomer, in which he explains how limited our knowledge is.
If I were to read a book a week for my entire adult lifetime, and I lived an ordinary lifetime, when I was all done, I would have read maybe a few thousand books, no more. In this library, that's from about here roughly to about here. But that's only 0.1% or so of the total number of books in the library. The trick is to know which books to read.
Second, ask open-ended questions. Instead of asking closed-ended questions with yes or no answers, ask open-ended questions that lead everyone involved in a discussion to elaborate, explain, challenge, and critically analyze their arguments. For example, in Plato's Meno, Meno asks Socrates whether virtue can be taught, to which Socrates replies that he is so far from knowing whether virtue can be taught or not that he does not even have any knowledge of what virtue itself is. Third, build a hypothesis at the start of your conversation. It can take a form of a statement such as virtue can be taught. And then all persons contribute to this discussion by adding their own knowledge to it. Next, limit your discussion. This is very important because if a discussion is not limited to a single problem or statement, you will lose purpose and direction and probably end up without any learning. Try to stick to the hypotheses. Next, define. Let's say you are discussing feminism. So before moving to the point where you discuss whether feminism is right or wrong, or beneficial or harmful, you need to first agree on its definition. Because there are many forms of feminism. It is possible that you are discussing liberal feminism while the other person is discussing radical feminism. Therefore, by defining it first, you can have a more directed conversation. As Oscar Wilde once wrote, to define is to limit, which means that by giving a definition for something, you limit that thing to the parameters of the definition. Next, listen actively. To listen actively to the other person's point of view means that you are trying to understand what they are saying rather than always finding out a way to challenge them. Ask clarifying questions. While listening actively, if you find some opinion by someone else to be faulty, do not challenge it, but ask a clarifying question instead. For example, if someone says that women cannot drive, ask a clarifying question by bringing up the example of women who compete in Formula 1. Logical reasoning. Keep logic at the forefront while having a discussion. A logical person relies on evidence rather than superstition and conspiracy theories, does not allow emotions and biases to cloud their judgment, possesses strong critical thinking skills, and relies on reasoning to gain and teach knowledge. Explore mutually. You should know that the purpose of having a discussion is not to get up and puff up your chest after proving the other person wrong. Instead, its central purpose, according to the Socratic method, is to learn and build new knowledge. So let me know what you think about the Socratic method in the comments below, and do not forget to share this episode with someone who may need it.